Good morning and welcome into the sanctuary here at Bethany. Blessed to have with us today. I want to talk a little bit about this week's gospel. Our gospel this week has Jesus feeding the 5,000 and then afterwards going ahead and walking on water to the disciples and calming a storm. It's kind of an interesting gospel. We all know the miracles in this, the feeding of the 5,000 with just the loaves and the bread and from the little boy, and the idea that he made that food go so far and satisfied those thousands of people. We also see, though, that those people in turn want to declare him a great prophet, want to even declare him their ruler and their king. And Jesus says no, he does not want any part of that. Then after everybody disperses, the disciples head out on a boat about 3 to 4 miles. Jesus follows them walking on the water and calming the storm. And it's just this interesting contrast because in one moment you have Jesus say, I don't want to be a ruler. And then in the next moment, you see Jesus ruling over the creation and calming the storm. And you start to wonder, what is going on here? Why is there this contrast in Jesus' behavior? I think it has to do with the fact that Jesus is humble. Jesus doesn't want to be a king. He doesn't want to be seen as a king in human eyes. Our idea of a king, our idea of what that rulership looks like, is about power. It's about the power to just make decisions and force people to live certain ways. But that's not what Jesus is looking for. Jesus is all about love and acceptance and welcome and invitation. And so feeding the 5,000 is really about him inviting us to a meal with him. It's about him making sure that we are cared for and protected in various ways. But it's not about power, and it's not about showing off his ability in any way, shape, or form. Of course, then he goes out and walks to the disciples and he calms the storm. Again, not to show any sense of force or power, but simply to protect his sheep. Jesus is all about protection and compassion and love and acceptance and invitation and grace and peace and calm. He is not about power. You know, it's kind of the opposite of how we think as humans. In human terms, we think of those who are leaders as having great power and great authority and the ability to rule over all kinds of different things and have strength. And Jesus teaches us that real power, real leadership is about compassion and love and taking care of each other. It's a very different way of looking at the world. The humility, the humble nature is what makes the leader great in God's kingdom. Something for us to learn and something for us to watch for this weekend as we look at the feeding of the 5,000 and Jesus calming the storm. Miraculous stories. We have this tendency to always see the miracles. I encourage you to see Jesus' personality come out in these stories. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen.